our cooperation with ASEAN countries spans all range of issues. Politically, of course, the litmus test is the voting in the UN General Assembly for resolutions related to Ukraine. But there are other forms of expressing political support to Ukraine by ASEAN countries, and as I mentioned, accession of Ukraine to TAC is one of them. Of course, we call on ASEAN countries to condemn the Russian aggression against Ukraine, because this is not just an attack against a sovereign country. This is also an attack on UN Charter and the principles of territorial integrity, sovereignty, non-use of force. All of these principles are very acute to ASEAN countries.
During the summit, and the last one is Cambodian ASEAN members are calling.
Russia must remain part of this initiative. There is going to be the memorandum on the establishment of which is going to expire soon. But it's not enough just to keep Russia on board. It's also important to make sure that Russian inspectors who participate in this initiative, they act in good faith, and that they inspect ships without any artificial delays to allow a free outflow of Ukrainian grain, corn, sunflower oil, and other agricultural products to the global market, to keep prices under control in Africa, in Asia, but also to save millions of people from famine. You know, every war ends with an act of diplomacy. And despite all the crimes committed by Russia in the territory of Ukraine, and I want you to know that every time we liberate a piece of our territory, when we enter a city liberated from Russian army, we find torture rooms and mass graves with civilians tortured and murdered by Russian army in the course of the occupation of these territories. It's not easy to speak with people like this, but I said that every war acts with diplomacy, ends with diplomacy. And Russia has to approach talks in good faith.